So, as well as being available through your university library informant service, and frankly, that's the way I would use it if I were you, you can also get to anything in Cinch through our catalogue. The reason you might want to do that is if you only want Australian material or material about the topic in Australia. So I'm selecting recidivism, I'm selecting Australian material, I'm saying I only want articles published after 2005. 451 is quite a lot better than probably the 350 million you'll get when you Google recidivism. If you click on a record, it just takes you through to all the details. And if it's a Cinch record, it will have an abstract, which you will find extremely useful for copying and pasting as though it was your own words into your essays. So you can do as simple or as sophisticated a search in the Cinch database as you like. You can also search the whole website. If you see, looks a bit like the library search page, but you can search everything, all these three. You can search the AIC website, and it's got quite a good search engine, so it's certainly worth getting to use that. You can search the library, or you can search the Criminology Research Council for their publications. That's just the advanced version of the search box up here. You can type in an extremely simple word there and go for it. Now, even more active on your part, if you see here, we've got these online data tools. What we're trying to do is not only make our publications available to you, we're slowly coming to terms with the idea that we should be making our data available to you as well. So, of course, the first one I'm going to show you isn't our data at all. It's the ABS data. I'm losing my spots. Right. The first one we look at is called Facts and Figures. What we've done is take some of the data that's in that, the bit that relates to victimisation. So it comes from the Australian Bureau of Statistics series Recorded Crime Victims, which is all aggregated into 8 broad classes of offences. The offences that have been recorded by the police in Australia. So, dark figure of crime aside, this is what the police have recorded. Doesn't tell you whether the cases were proved, doesn't tell you anything other than that this is what the police recorded. You can look at, and the series goes back to 1994, so you can do sort of comparisons over time. You can do comparisons of offence types. You can work your way around the system. If we look at the crime rate, you can play with all of these. You can look at all crimes back to 1994. You can choose particular crimes. You can look at manslaughter, homicide, whoops, not assault, and murder, and see how the rates have been going. Oh, look, pretty much the same. In fact, if you look at causes of death back to 1915, which you can do through the ABS, you'll find that the homicide rate has been pretty much the same since then. Now, there are a couple of little traps with this. If we look at, this has assault and sexual assault, which is actually a compilation that we've made from figures that are reported for each state in Facts and Figures, because once you need to know this if you're doing the sort of criminology research that you either are doing or should be doing. As yet, the states don't all agree on what assault and sexual assault are. So the ABS is unable to aggregate the figures to a national level. So I would always recommend using this data tool in conjunction with the printed publication, because that will actually give you the explanatory information about some of the cautions that you should be aware of, or what some of the data in fact mean, which I'll show you in a moment. And another really nice one, when you're talking to your Auntie Flannel and she's saying, oh, crime, it's soaring, this is the best one of all time. Motor vehicle crime, just going, meow. Goodness knows what's going to keep you all employed when all this crime stops completely. The other one I wanted to show you has been on the website a little longer. It's called Drugs and Offending. You can do a little bit more with this, but again, I would suggest that you always use this one in particular with the accompanying monitoring report. Now, if it's called Drugs and Offending, can anybody tell me which of our monitoring programs the data might come from? Yep. There's a person in glasses up the back. Oops. You can change all sorts of things here. I'm going for positive drug test by location. Don't forget to update your chart. And here you can look at, again, you can vary the drugs you can look at that people have tested positive to, and you can choose your locations. So if we sort of simplify this a bit and say any drug, look at a couple of different locations around Australia. So you can play around quite a lot with this. Just going back to, if we look at Australia and then look perhaps at Bankstown, clearly not a good idea to take up drug running in Bankstown at the moment. Go somewhere else. There's another way of interacting. Damn, I've done it again. This, I'm sorry to say, is the one place where clicking on, you can't click on this to get back to the website. Just a couple more things to show you, and I think you've probably seen quite a lot of them, that are even more sort of interactive and Web 2.0-y for you. One is Criminology TV. We have our own YouTube station, and this is where we're giving you access to our occasional seminars. With YouTube, unfortunately, you only get 10 minutes. So a presentation that goes for 40 minutes, you need to click down here and see through them all. So we've moved from nothing through paper to PowerPoints to audio and now to video. Over time, it will be a really valuable thing. We at the Institute really enjoy the seminars because we've got real live practitioners talking about their work in a way that's really very accessible to us. And over time, this is going to be a really, really fabulous resource. And the other thing to show you, and this has been up over lunchtime, is that you can sign up, follow us, contact us, anything you like. If you're a tweeter, sign up for us as tweeters. Become a fan on Facebook. I think a lot of you already have, and that's how you got here. Sign up for the library alerts. Sign up for email alerts about what's happening at the AIC, what we're putting out. Let us know what you think. And in extremis, send us an email.